Hello everybody, welcome back to ARS. Today we're back on the couch and I've got a new video. I struggle to come up with new video ideas all the time. Usually I want to do something related to comics, gaming, or movies. That's like where I want to keep my focus at. So my thought was, if you're a gamer, you have a backlog and a wish list, right? The backlog video, that's another project. That's gonna come somewhere down the line because there's a lot to talk about there. But the wish list, that's a little bit more digestible and easy to get across in a 30 to 40 minute long. I have no idea how long this video is going to be, just so you guys know. But I have a bunch of games on my wish list, maybe not as many as other people, but enough that I thought I could make a video about it, but not just make a video talking about the things in my wish list. I thought, why not rank the things in my wish list in a tier list based on how much I want to play them right now. Obviously, some things in the wish list haven't come out yet and probably won't come out for a while, but a bunch of things are, available to purchase and I just haven't bought them yet. And it doesn't matter, I have, what? Let's just, I'll grab my laptops right here and I'll pull up the screen in question, the tier list screen, so you guys can get more of an idea instead of me trying to badly explain it. You should have it up on your screen now. This is the tier list. These are the games in question. There's about 46, 47 games I want to say in here. So for now, let's just get straight into it and start. So actually, I guess I should explain these rankings I've got here. They're pretty self-explanatory, but I've got I Want It Now, cannot wait to play it, in the sense that I'll patiently wait to see more, but regardless of what I see, I'm really intrigued by the initial concept and I want to play it. Very intriguing, similar to that. Probably need to look out for a bit more, maybe look at a demo or whatnot, but I'm pretty on board as of right now. Need to see more. It's like the concept is kind of cool, but until I see some really compelling gameplay or story beats that might potentially happen, I'm not too interested. I'll probably get to it, is like a dual category. One, it's supposed to house games that I'm not actually sure will ever come out. There's a very small subsection of those, but that's one thing. And then the other is, like, a part of me wants to play these games, but it's like there's so many other better things in the same genre sometimes that it's just not really a priority for me. And then, why is this here? Is just like a joke category. I'm not even sure if anything will be in there. Okay, let's get started. So, alright, first up on the list, Life is Strange 2. Now, I'm a big fan of the first Life is Strange game, and I've heard middling things about the rest of the games in the series, so I'll probably get to this one at some point. It's on my list for a reason. I like Don't Nod Entertainment, but just not sure. I'll probably get to it eventually. Who knows? Next up on the list, we have Unpacking. So, don't actually know a lot about this game. I know that it tells a story through a woman who moves from house to house, unpacking and packing her things, which is like, the name of the game. It's very intriguing to me. Very intriguing. I've heard it's very short. The only reason I don't have it is because it's almost $30 and supposedly the game is only 2 hours long. Usually, I'd say that the amount of money shouldn't translate to your enjoyment of the game in terms of like however long it is, and I stand by that, but I also need that money for other things. So until I can catch this on like a decent sale, it's gonna remain on the wish list. But I'm very intrigued, and I do like a fun little cozy management, cleanup game once in a while. I think those have their own place in gaming and that they're incredible in their own right. Next up, we've got World of Horror. So I actually know very little about this game. It's already been released. It's a similar reason to Unpacking in the sense that I just don't want to buy it yet. But from what I remember about reading about it, it's like a roguelike horror game based in like this 16-bit world, and it takes inspiration from Lovecraft and Junji Ito, which are like two of the greatest cosmic horror writers of all time. So, it's really up my alley. It's just, I feel I added it to the list so long ago and I haven't refreshed my mind on what it's actually like. I want to say I'll probably get to it, but I do enjoy the conceptual basis a bit more. So for now, I'll just say very intriguing, because I am still intrigued. It's probably towards the bottom of the very intriguing list though. But, you know, I am incredibly excited to eventually, hopefully, probably play it. It's not like Life is Strange where I'm kind of just like, oh well, I guess I'll get to it, you know. All right, next up we have Omori. Cannot wait to play this game. I've heard a lot of great things about Omori in terms of its storytelling and its characters, and that the gameplay can also be pretty fun. I've actually, okay, I'm lying a little bit. I've played like an hour of it on our friend's PC, but unfortunately our consoles, and I'm mostly a console guy. I know you're gonna, people in the comments will be like, oh, just buy it on Steam. It's always on sale on Steam. I don't play games. Like my laptop is the only thing I could possibly play it on, and I don't like playing games on my laptop. Even if I have it hooked up to like a desktop or whatever, I just don't enjoy it. Omori's like, and what I'm trying to say is because of that, Omori on the PlayStation Store is always $40 and never goes below that. And $40 is a little steep. I'm sure it's worth the $40. It's just, again, other games to play, other things to do, blah blah blah. Eventually I'll get to it, and when I do, I cannot wait because I've heard so many great things about it. Alright, Yakuza Like a Dragon. Oh shit. Cannot wait to play that either. I'm a big Yakuza fan. I haven't played all the games. I just finished 3 like last summer. 3 was alright, but you know, Kiwami and Kiwami 2 and 0, oh my god, incredible games. And Like a Dragon is, you know, it rebranded the series and brought in a new main character as well as new combat tactics and just the combat system, and it won a lot of people over because turning a character-based action game into a turn-based action game is, you know, it's a big step. So, but it won a lot of people over, and that excites me. I want to see how they translate that formula from one version of the game into another, and obviously it spawned 2 sequels. I think you got Infinite Wealth, and was there another one? Maybe, I don't know. They made like 3 Yakuza games a year. I honestly couldn't tell you, but in any case, very excited to play Like a Dragon. Now, this next one's controversial. Neon White. I've heard a lot of great things about Neon White, especially in its gameplay and the fact that it kind of turns you into a speedrunner. But if you've watched Donkey's video on Neon White, he also says that the plot and the dialogue is like actually just painful to get through. And I'm kind of tired of games like that, where it's like one part of it's really fun and the other part's just a slog. Especially because me as a completionist, I like to play as much of the game as possible. So if one half of the game is just like awful to get through, it kind of dims my expectations for it a little bit. I'm also not really a speedrunner. Like, I enjoy efficiency and playing games fluidly, but I'm not a speedrunner type player. So when Donkey, I mean, I'm taking all of my basis from Donkey's video, but when Donkey said that it's kind of built for speedrunners, I was like, that's like not really my thing. So this is gonna be a little controversial, but for Neon White, I'll probably get to it. It is at the top of my probably get to it list, but I don't have like this burning urge or desire. You know, actually, I should just swap these spots right here. Yeah. These shouldn't be this. Yeah, I probably get to it should be a little bit higher than Need to See More, in my opinion. I don't know why I thought of this now. Let me change the colors too. Okay, so I just switched it up. I think probably get to it should be above Need to See More. I think so. Yeah. But yeah, Neon White, top of probably get to it. I want to eventually. It just like, there's no burning desire within me to do so. Alright, Prey. Specifically the deluxe edition, because I've heard a lot of good things about Prey Moon Crash from Skill Up. If you watch Skill Up, you'll know that he never shuts up about Prey Moon Crash. Now, I know very little about Prey. All I have is that Skill Up has said that it's really good. It's a good start, but I feel like I need to see a little bit of gameplay and just probably watch a few more reviews. So I'm gonna say Need to See More for Prey, not because I think it's a bad game by any means, just because I just don't know what it's like. I don't know what the gameplay loop is like, and until I know that, and I haven't even watched Skill Up's Prey Moon Crash video because he said there were spoilers in it. So he just said Prey Moon Crash is really good in all of his other videos. So I don't actually know a lot about the game. So until I do, I'm gonna keep it in that spot right there. Now here we have Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. This is a this is a mythological Chinese game that's also a Souls-like. And I mean, like, those words are like magic to my ears. I love Souls-like. I love myths based in any religion or culture. Like Wukong, all that journey to the West lore. Oh, dude, I was obsessed for months. So if Wu Chang can do anything like that, and kind of, you know, it has like there's a trailer for it. It's really solid. As of right now, I'm very intrigued. I know that sounds hypocritical given that I put Need to See More for Prey. That's a game that's already been out for a long time. And I'm putting Wu Chang into very intriguing despite there only being one trailer for it. But I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. I'll do whatever I want. yeah, in any case, very excited for Wu-Tang. Looks very cool. Wolf Among Us 2. Like, I love the first Wolf Among Us like a lot, and this one has been in development hell for like 8 years, maybe 9 years, maybe longer than that. I couldn't even, because I played it 8 years ago, but surely it came out before that, right? I don't even know how long it's been, and so for that reason alone, I'll probably get to it. Not because, I mean, if it ever comes out, I'm buying it day one. But I don't know if it ever will come out. That's why it must be in. I'll probably get to it because I just don't know. You know, it's just sure, I guess. Hell is Us. So this was revealed at. Was it the Game Awards? I think it was revealed at the Game Awards, or maybe at the last PlayStation Showcase. I'm not entirely sure, but I need to see a bit more. The initial reveal was very interesting, and there was a bit of a gameplay video that dropped afterwards. The developer clearly, I forget his name, but he clearly seemed like he knew what he was talking about. And his goals, his ambitions with this is to create like a fun, ambitious story with no hand-holding. Like, you know, it's genuine exploration. You truly figure everything out for yourself. And the backdrop of like this war-torn country is very cool, and that's what allows these kind of mysterious forces to invade the city. I think that's a really cool setup. Unfortunately, until they justify their ambitions and their claims for the game design with more gameplay, and you know, with some hands-on impressions, I just feel like I can't put it any higher. Although the concept and everything about it looks really cool to me. Dave the Diver, this one is very intriguing to me because it's like you dive and you catch fish by day, and then you chop them up for your sushi restaurant at night. Like, that sounds so cool. It's not up there with Amori and Like a Dragon simply because it seems like more of those management type games. And again, I do love those games. It's just I'm not in the mindset for those currently. This is probably slightly above Wu-Tang just because Wu-Tang's not a game that exists yet. But yeah, very intrigued to play this game. When I'm in my management sim era, I suppose, then this will be one of the games that I buy. I'm trying to get into Spiritfarer, which is a management sim game, but at the same time I'm playing Hollow Knight, and those are two very different games, so trying to balance those out. Trying to see, do I lean more towards the Metroidvania with Hollow Knight, or do I lean more towards the management sims with Spiritfarer? And depending on which way I go, that'll be the justification for the next like 3 or 4 games that I play, so we'll see when we get there. This video is going to be very long. Like, if I'm correct, this video is already 17 minutes long and I'm not even halfway through, so have fun, guys. Put this on in the background or some shit, I don't know. Alright, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. I cannot wait to play this game. I've heard a lot of praise for it. It's a like very intense puzzle game. I love puzzle games. Do I finish them all? No. I still haven't finished The Witness. I probably never will, because that game is very difficult. And Lorelei and the Laser Eyes is not as difficult as that, I've heard, but you know, it's there, it's up there, you know. I've like, when someone says, oh, for this puzzle game you gotta sit down, you gotta take notes, you gotta like write down diagrams and shit, I'm like, okay, I'm there. Because that's so cool to me. Like, having to, I love taking notes during playing games. Like, maybe that sounds like a nerd thing, but I love taking notes when I'm playing my games. So this just sounds like awesome to me. I can't wait to eventually get to it. Tales of Arise. I think I'll probably get to it. I know very little about this game, besides the fact that I was at a party and a guy was like, "You like Persona, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You should play Tales of Arise." And I was like, "Okay, that sounds good." I mean, it's not like I don't trust that guy's opinions or anything, but it's just, I know very little about this game besides the fact that it's like a JRPG, like a fantasy JRPG, and there's a lot of those. I just played one of the best ones ever in Metaphor Refantasio, so I'll probably get to this one. Maybe when it's on a sale, I'll buy it. Who knows if I'll actually play it for a while, though, is the question. But I do want to play it a bit more than Life is Strange 2 and Wolf Among Us at this current point, so I'll probably get to it. Alright, so Jedi Survivor? Yeah, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. That's a little tough. The reason I didn't buy it, I liked the first Fallen Order quite a bit, actually. The reason I didn't buy this is because, you know, $90 steep price point initially, no doubt. Additionally, It had a really rough launch across PCs and consoles, if I remember correctly, and that's why I held off on it for a while. I do like the first game quite a bit, though, so this is going to be in my top of my probably get to it list, no doubt. Alright, next up we've got Dredge. Dredge is very intriguing to me. You know, I wish I wasn't told that it was like based in Lovecraft a little bit, because that would have been a great plot twist to have experienced for the first time. But also being told that is what makes me want to buy the game more. If you just told me it was like a fishing sim, I'd be like, whatever. But it's a Lovecraft fishing sim? Okay, you have my attention. Like I said with Dave the Diver, maybe Dredge and Dave the Diver, it will be like, maybe I'll buy them both around the same time, just because they're kind of based on the same thing, a little bit. But very intrigued by Dredge. Definitely want to have it, and definitely want to play it at some point, so for sure. Another Crab's Treasure. Okay, so this is like the crab-like Souls-like. Can't wait to play this at some point. I'm putting this above Yakuza Like a Dragon. Everything I've seen for this game is so adorable and beautiful, and I love a Souls-like, so I definitely want to play this. Can't wait to play it at some point, no doubt. Little Nightmares 3, I want this shit now, bro. I love Little Nightmares 1 and 2. Like, incredible games. They're very short, but they're very entertaining, and they're designed beautifully, and like this, they have this hidden lore that's told almost entirely through environmental storytelling. And I think, especially the way Little Nightmares 2 ended, I really want to see the continuation to that part of the story. I know there's different characters now, so I'm not sure if it's just a different story in the same world or a continuation. No clue as of right now, but all I know is that I want that now. It was supposed to come out in December of last year, 2024, and so I'm hoping it comes out soon, because it was initially a December release. I'm not sure. We'll see when I get there. Warhammer 40k, I can't wait to play. Oh shoot, I can't wait to play this game, because for one, I found myself enamored by Warhammer fans for a long time. They're so earnest and genuine in their love for this franchise. I'm a huge fan of like deep lore. I want to know what's going on in this world with the Emperor and these Supermarines or whatever they're called. I know nothing about this world, so don't come at me. But I'm very intrigued by it, and Warhammer looks like an ode to an era of games long gone, you know? Like, it looks like an Xbox 360 game that was made for modern day consoles, and I think that's like a genius idea. I think more games should be like that. We're too focused on expansions and live services, and can you just give me a straightforward, fun campaign that I can play with my friends, couch co-op, that kind of thing. That sounds like cool. That sounds like a good time to me. Very expensive. It's like $110 if you want to get the standard edition in my country. So I'm gonna wait for a big sale, because that's a lot of money. And games are expensive to make, but they're also expensive to buy. So I can't wait to eventually play it, but very exciting stuff. Still Waits the Deep. This is up there with Dredge in terms of just very intriguing. I watched a little bit of gameplay. It's like a first-person game. You're on like an oil rig in the middle of like the Pacific. I don't think the body of water matters that much, but and then weird shit starts happening, like sea creatures, I think, natural disasters, and it's all from a first-person perspective, and the graphics look insane. So, very intriguing to me. I definitely want to check that out at some point. Next up, we've got #Blood. Now, when this was unveiled, I think this was at a PlayStation showcase as well. It's like imagine like an early 2000s cartoon, but it's like an arcade beat 'em up type game. And I saw the art style, and immediately I was like, okay, I'm adding this to my wish list because it looks so fun. Lately, I haven't heard anything about it lately, but just that initial, it's still sticking in my head. So I'm putting this right up there next to. I'll probably get to it. No, I'll put it at the bottom of very intriguing. Yeah, because I was I know, I mean, it's very rare that I see a trailer for a game and instantly wishlisted. That almost never happens. So I'll give Blood its props. I think the art style is worthy of commendation. All right, we have Life is Strange Double Exposure. I was very excited for this game because Max Caulfield is back. I love Max Caulfield. But then I heard that it's kind of just not that great. Yeah, for now, it feels mean putting it here, but why is this here? Because I feel less of an urge to play this, and it's just sad because Max Caulfield is back in it, right? So why is it that I feel less of an urge to play this game than I do Life is Strange 2, which doesn't even feature her? I have no idea, honestly. It's just, maybe it's hearing the reviews for it kind of killed my hype. It's still, I just don't know why it's here. I don't think I'll get rid of it. Maybe I'll catch it on like a 80% off sale on the PlayStation Store if that happens, but for now, oops. Reanimal? I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember what this game is. Okay, so I just looked it up, and now I understand why I put it on my list. And given that, I'm gonna put it in Need to See More instead, the top of Need to See More. So I just looked it up. Reanimal is from the original creators of Little Nightmares, because the original creators don't work with the new studio that's managing the property anymore. But the original creators decided to make another game about a brother and a sister looking for their lost friends. And if it's the original creators, then it deserves some eyes on it. It deserves some eyes on it. I'm gonna need to see a bit more, but you know, for now, that's all I need to hear. GTA 6. Alright, this is gonna be a little controversial. I'm putting it in the top of cannot wait to play. Now, and that's because I haven't had the same experience with the GTA series that everyone else has. I haven't played GTA 5 for the past 10 years, you know? I've also been eagerly anticipating GTA 6 for a long time, but not because I was such a big fan of the series, just because of the hype, of the cultural hype surrounding the announcement and release of that game. I've like joined that bandwagon, so to speak. But I actually don't even know if I own GTA 5, and if I do, I've barely played it, so I don't have the same connection to the series in those terms. But that being said, I can't wait to play GTA 6 simply because of the cultural impact that it will have on the world, no doubt. So, might be a little controversial to not put it up in I Want It Now, but that's all I can say. Now, Coffee Talk, also can't wait to play that game. I don't know if you guys have heard of Coffee Talk. It's like a little visual novel game where you make coffee for troubled patrons and whatever. There's 2 games currently. If I remember correctly, sadly, the lead developer actually died before he could finish making the second game, which was pretty depressing to hear. Looks like his team is still moving forward, and this one is Coffee Talk Tokyo. So, and if you don't know, Coffee Talk already takes place in a very fantasy-adjacent world. Like, there are like ogres and fantasy creatures, and they're all going about their day, and they have like racial issues, but it's in the modern world, and there's like treaties and stuff. It's really cool. There's a whole background lore going on. So hearing that the next one is going to take place in Tokyo, I wonder, are we going to see yokai? Are we going to see like, you know, these mythical Japanese demons and creatures? That sounds very interesting to me, and I want to see that. Next up, we've got Metal Gear Solid Delta. I want that shit now. I played the entire Metal Gear series this past summer. 3 was my second favorite game of the series. I want to play that right now because Delta looks so cool, and they seem to be honoring the original source material very, very closely. In fact, maybe even too closely, but we'll see when the game comes out. But as of right now, I want to play it. I wish it was in my hands right this very moment. Next up, we've got SMT5 Vengeance, Shin Megami Tensei. Big fan of Persona. I know Persona is a spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei. Never played the Shin Megami Tensei games, not even one of them. That might be blasphemous to say as a Persona fan, but you know, 5 is the most accessible currently. I know 3 got a remake as well. Less interested in that. 5 looks really cool. For now, I'll put it right in the middle of very intriguing. It's definitely a game I want to get to at some point. And from what little I've seen of it, it looks very cool, and I've heard great things from mutuals and friends of mine. So it's definitely up there. Doom: The Dark Ages, I want that shit now. I've seen one trailer for that game, and holy shit, if it's the same team that's been making the Doom games up till now, I'm there. Doom 2016, Doom Eternal were some of my favorite games that I played when they came out, and if the pattern continues, The Dark Ages might be the best one yet. I mean, come on, you see, there is a gun that shreds. There's a gun in the trailer where the ammunition is a skull, and it shreds up the skull and shoots out bone shrapnel. Like, come on, that's so cool. I want that game now, even more so than Delta. I want that game right now. Next up, we've got The Midnight Walk. I believe this was unveiled at a PlayStation showcase, and it looks very intriguing. I'm gonna put it right up top next to Dredge. It is the only game I think I've ever seen that utilizes claymation, like clay animation, and it looks so beautiful. I have no idea what it's about, but that alone was enough to sell me. This is another one of those games where I saw the trailer and just wishlisted it immediately because I was like, wow, this looks so cool. Next up, we've got Stray Gods Orpheus. So Stray Gods is a fun, like, role-playing, it's basically like a Telltale game, but it's a musical. It was a lot of fun. It's based on like Greek mythology. That's why this one's titled Orpheus. I'll probably get to it. It's a DLC for that game. The thing is, I played Stray Dogs with a good friend of mine, and she has expressed no interest in playing Orpheus, and so I also kind of don't really want to. It's still on my list, and I still want to play it. It's just, it's not exactly on the top of my list of concerns at the moment. Date Everything, I want to play this game now. If you don't know, Date Everything is made by, it is developed by voice actors. Like, I'm pretty sure Ray Chase is developing that, is the lead developer of that game. And it is essentially a game where you're stuck in your house and you put these glasses on, and the glasses turn all the objects in your house into living beings that you can then go on full romantic encounters with. And I think that's like an insane idea. And it's also full to the brim with the most talented voice actors in the industry. Like, you know, if you don't believe me, give me 1 second here. Like, if you look at the cast here, I have the IMDb page right here. Ashley Johnson, Laura Bailey, Gray Griffin, Felicia Day, Roger Craig Smith, Tramile, Neil Newman, Steve Blum, Johnny and Bosch, Robbie Damon, Sun Won Cho. I didn't even know he was in this game. Bryce Papenburg, Ben Starr, Erica Lindbeck. Like, the list, and this is just like, and there's supposedly over 100 characters to date, and this is like less than 20. So, I'm just saying, shit's probably gonna be crazy. Alright, back to the list. Dying Light the Beast, I want that shit now. Because okay, Dying Light's had a bad rep lately, especially with the second game not meeting expectations, but I love the first game with all my heart. I love the first Dying Light game. And Kyle Crane, the main character of that game, is coming back in this game. Now they haven't, they said this is a standalone thing. I'm not sure if it's an expansion to Dying Light 2 or if it's like genuinely like a third game. I don't really care, I want it anyways, just because I love the Dying Light universe and I love Kyle Crane. The first game story wasn't even that great, but because it was a linear focused narrative, it was way better than whatever the second game was trying to be. The second game was too ambitious, whatever. How long is this video? It's too long. It's gotta be like half an hour. I'm so sorry. Next up, we've got the first Berserker Kazan. Now, from what I understand, this is already an established like series, and this is one of the first video game adaptations of the series, and I can't wait to play this game because if you've seen, supposedly it's a hardcore action game, and I love those to begin with. And if you've seen, it's like a cell shaded. If you've seen the art style, it's like a cell shaded, almost painterly vibe to it, and I think it looks beautiful. And if the combat is as good as the developers seem to be hyping it up to be, then this is going to be one of the best games of the year, no doubt. It comes out in like 2 months. Can't wait to play it. Ghost of Yote, give me that shit right now. This was my game of the year. Ghost of Tsushima was my game of the year in 2019? Was it? Or 2020? I think it was 2020. But Ghost of Tsushima was my game of the year in 2020. So when they said Ghost of Yote was coming out, and, you know, different storyline, new main character, which some people fucking hate for whatever reason. It's definitely not because she's just a woman or anything, but whatever. Very excited for this game. Supposedly it should be coming out very soon as well. It said 2025. Hopefully it doesn't get delayed any further. I'm thinking Q3. No confirmation yet though. I hope we get some soon and some more gameplay as well. But regardless of it, if it plays anything like the first game, I am there. Then we've got Niva. Niva is made from the same developers as Gris, and Gris was a really great game. So I definitely can't wait to play this one either. I'm gonna put it right over here. I think. Yeah. It is on the cheaper side, so I'll probably play it pretty soon. But Niva looked beautiful, and I've heard great things about it, and also has combat, which I believe Gris had no combat at all. So I'm curious to see how these developers handle that as well. Next up, we've got Lego DC Supervillains. Well, I don't know why this is here. Like, no hate to Lego games. Lego games are the reason I'm a gamer today. No hate. But I don't want to play this game, so I don't know why it's here. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's here for some fucking reason. Moving on. Here we have Master Detective Archives Raincode. The same devs as the Danganronpa series, and I love the Danganronpa. Like, make fun of me all you want, I fucking love the Danganronpa series. I will die on that hill. But at the same time, I know very little about this game. So for now, I'll put it at the top of I'll probably get to it, because I definitely do want to play it. But I also don't know a lot. I just know who's behind it, and that's enough for me for now. And maybe when it drops in price a little bit, I'll also grab it, because I got the entire Danganronpa series for like $25. So And this game's currently like 90 or 80 bucks on the store, and I don't really want to drop that much for what's probably just like a 10-hour game. Again, not that length of game matters all the time, it's just money matters, and I need more money, and I want more money. I'm sure everyone can agree with me on that. Like a Dragon Ishin. Theoretically, this should be a game that I really want to play, but it just isn't. I want to play the mainline Like a Dragon series way more than I want to play the spin-offs, and this is a spin-off from what I know. So I'll probably get to it, but it's not going to be for a long time. I can tell you that much. It's not on my radar right now at all. Even when it was coming out, it wasn't really on my radar. I was just like, oh, cool. Another Yakuza game, let me throw that on my wish list, because that's what I do with Yakuza games I don't own, unfortunately. Next up, we've got Redacted. I've heard decent things about this game. It's like a Hades-like roguelike set in the world of Callisto Protocol, which is very interesting that there's a game in the world of Callisto Protocol. I didn't think that could be a thing. Like, that's actually really cool. I like that concept of like different studios making spin-off games for other studios' properties. I think that's a really cool idea. And it also looks pretty cool. I love the graphic novel cel-shaded style of animation, and I love a good roguelike. For now, I'll put this at the bottom of very intriguing, just because I am very intrigued. It's not currently on my radar of games that I need to play. Maybe before Hades 2 comes out, I'll buy it to get myself in the roguelike mood, who knows? But for now, not intrigued, but not gonna play it. Yakuza 6. I'll probably get to it. Like, as much as I do love the Yakuza games, I'm a little burnt out on the series. I'd like to just play Like a Dragon, but I have this innate, like, thing, I have this, like, mental thing where I have to play the games in order. I don't know why. So I have to put myself through 3. I put myself through 3, and I've heard 6 is okay as well. That's why it's at the top of my probably get to it list, because I definitely will play it sooner rather than later. It's just, I have to play 4, 5, and then 6, and then I can play Like a Dragon. It's a lot. I'm burnt out on the Yakuza series right now. Next up, Hades 2, baby. I want this game immediately. I've played a bit of the early access portions of the game on our friend's PC, and wow, it is better than the first game in a lot of ways. I have yet to see if the story will beat it out, but if the story keeps building the way it has been in early access, this is going to be an incredible game. Probably the best of the year if it comes out this year, which is beginning to look less and less likely, which really breaks my heart because I want this game now. But in any case, definitely my most anticipated game of the next however many years it takes for it to come out. Undertale. Can't wait to play this game. You know, I've seen the memes, I know about the genocide route and everything, but I really still want to explore it and play it for myself, because there's so much I don't know about it. What can I say about Undertale that hasn't been said? It's a great game, I'm sure. I'll eventually get to it, and when I do, I'm sure I'll love it. Dream Daddy Simulator. Can't wait to play this game. Okay. I know what you're gonna say. I know what's going through your mind right now. And no, I'm not. If I was, sue me, but I'm not. The reason I want to play this game is because dating simulators have like a very special place. I mean, on my S tier, I have a dating sim, so like clearly I enjoy the genre, and this just sounds like the funniest possible premise for a dating sim ever. So, Dream Daddy Simulator, I want to play it. A dad dating simulator, that's the whole title. I want to play this game eventually, at some point. I can't wait to play it at some point as well. Maybe if 20 bucks isn't a lot to ask, I know. But again, there's a lot of other games that I'm playing and a lot of other games I want to buy. So until this gets on like a half off sale, I'm probably going to hold off for a bit. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, I'm putting this right next to the first Like a Dragon. Because again, I've heard these games are huge and really good, and I really want to play them for those reasons, but also I don't have it in me to play like a 50 to 60 hour Yakuza game right now. I just don't. When I do have it in me, I'm sure I'll buy them instantly and have a lot of fun. Right now, I don't. Tunic. Very intriguing game to me. I've heard a lot of great things about it. I've heard it put in the same vein as like Outer Wilds in terms of its puzzle solving, and I love Outer Wilds. So Tunic is very intriguing to me. I'll definitely get to that eventually as well. Hence why it's at the top of my list, because I'm definitely looking forward to this a bit more than everything else on this tier, no doubt. Expedition 33. I think I need to see a bit more. It is the plot is incredibly interesting, and the game's graphics and gameplay look a little bit too good to be true. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I need to see a bit more to cement my opinion of it as of right now. The voice cast also seems incredibly interesting. Like, we've got Charlie Cox, I think, on there, which is like, I didn't even know he did game voice work, but I guess he does now, and I love that guy. But I don't want to explain the whole plot of the game in this video, because this video is already long enough as it is. But I'm thoroughly intrigued by the setup for it. Elden Ring Night Rain. I want it now. It's at the bottom if I want it now, but I do want to play it now. Simply because it's more Elden Ring. It's more From Software. Like, come on. Like, who doesn't want more of it? I did sign up for the online testing. I have bad luck with getting selected for those kinds of things, so I highly doubt I'll be able to play it before it comes out. But, you know, it looks really cool, and if it is the co-op dream that it seems to be, then I trust it'll be a lot of fun to play with friends that are interested as well. Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra. From what I've seen so far, it's definitely on my can't wait to play list, but at the bottom of it, because all we've seen is a really good cinematic trailer for it, and I mean, if those graphics are anything like the actual game, then holy shit, we're in for a ride. Also, Amy Hennig is writing it, and I believe she wrote the first 3 Uncharted games, so I believe she can bring a lot of gravitas and drama to these 2 larger-than-life characters. But until that's proven with gameplay and, you know, more cutscenes and more trailers, then I can't say anything else than I'm intrigued and I can't wait to play it. But it's somewhere in between the very intriguing and can't wait to play it, hence why it's at the bottom of can't wait to play. I could also put it at the top of very intriguing, but I'll leave it there for now. Phantom Blade Zero, I want this right now. I want this right fucking now. The trailer blew me away. I couldn't believe what I was watching was an actual game. And then a lot of people thought it was fake, like a fake trailer or something, because it didn't look like a game should be capable of those kinds of animations yet. But then they released demo videos, and people have played the game, and they're like, nope, yeah, it looks like the trailers. It plays like the trailers, and that I can't. And they also said they plan to release a published version of the demo for everyone to play, because they knew that people would have a tough time getting on board with what looked like an impossible game. So they want as many people on board, and I really respect that decision. And for those reasons, Phantom Blade Zero is one of my most anticipated games of the next couple of years. I have no idea when it's coming out. Hopefully this year, but I think we're getting a trailer for it in like 6 days or something. If that's true, then very excited. Hopefully that trailer comes with more release window details, or at least demo release window details. But until then, I'm just gonna say I want it now and calmly wait until I can have it. Next we have Silent Hill F, and lastly we have Silent Hill F. And I've always been very intrigued by the Silent Hill games, and Silent Hill 2 remake was awesome. So if Konami is keeping that, you know, that momentum that they've got going, then Silent Hill F could be really cool. However, I do think I'm gonna put it at the top of need to see more. All we have is a really vague teaser trailer right now, and that tells me nothing about what this game is gonna be like. Is it gonna be first person, like PT? Is it gonna be like Silent Hill 2 remake, you know, third person over the shoulder? Is it gonna be vibes based? Is it gonna be narrative based? I have no idea. So until I have a bit more details, I'm gonna keep it in the top of need to see more. But there we go. That is my tier list ranking of all the games on my wish list. I am sorry, this video is like 40 fucking minutes long. I really am. Thank you for watching all of it. If you did, I highly doubt anyone watched the whole fucking video, but if you did, thank you so much. If you have anything on your wish list that you're incredibly excited to play, let me know in the comments down below. And until we get these games in our hands, let's just keep being excited about them and keep talking about how excited we are with each other. For now, that's all. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye!